A vape pen?
No.
A lighter?
Not in this state.
Can I rent a car?
Sorry.
Bottled cough syrup?
What are you, drunk?
Fireworks?
You might blow yourself up.
That Ruger GP100 and a box of 38 specials?
You might shoot your eye out.
Can I just, I don't know, like get an irreversible gender surgery?
No problem. We'll get started right away.
I love Instagram, man. You just find perfect things that just sum up the confusion that is happening right now on a societal level, whether it's the culture, and it's like I love a clip like this. So let's get into it.
Like a tattoo of this really awesome Chinese symbol that I saw?
We're definitely gonna need your parents to come sign off on it.
It's my body, my choice.
You're 14. Take it from me. You're gonna regret it one day.
Alright, then can I just buy some of those cigarettes?
No way. Smoking is so bad for you.
How about a beer?
No.
A vape pen?
No.
A lighter?
Not in this state.
Can I rent a car?
Sorry.
Bottled cough syrup?
What are you, drunk?
Fireworks?
You might blow yourself up.
That Ruger GP100 and a box of 38 specials?
You might shoot your eye out.
Can I just, I don't know, like get an irreversible gender surgery?
No problem. We'll get started right away.
Oh, cool. I don't need my parents' permission.
Of course not. What if they're not affirming?
I'd like a tattoo of this really awesome.
That's such a cold ending. And so you got this little girl who wants to do something, you know, because like she wants to define herself the way she wants, and you got all these various regulations and rules in place because like the presupposition of all these rules was, okay, your brain is still developing, you can't make permanent lifelong decisions with some of these things because the effect after obtaining what this is you're looking for, some of them can kill you, like owning a gun. Some of them quite literally could be regrettable. So those things are kind of age locked, and yet she asks, okay, can I get an irreversible gender surgery? aka, you know, the hormones and you know, the like putting somebody under the knife, and it's like suddenly all those same things that were barriers to stop you from making permanent decisions at such a young age are suddenly just turned upside down and said, no, go right in, doesn't matter what your parents say. It's unfortunate. Like, I have heard that in some states, I think somewhere closer to Washington or something like that, you don't like the sort of parent permission is lax, if not just non-existent as a requirement. And it's like, whoa, that's crazy. So let's get into some of these comments real quick, and then we'll get into some of these verses. Because what does the Bible say? The joke is that countless people would watch this and think it was perfectly acceptable. Yeah, pretty much. Welcome to Woke America. Love this satire, but it's sad. It's true. Yeah, pretty much. For those of you who watch this and don't do any other research, take it from a trans man who had surgery at 17. I had to jump through hoops to have not only my parents sign off on the surgery, both parents, but also needed signed letters from the surgeon. My journey, whether my primary doctor and therapist, to confirm this was the right decision. Don't listen to fake news. But that's the issue here. He seems like a very strong young man. Not necessarily old, not necessarily young. I'll be honest. I'd say I don't know about that, because don't get me wrong, depending on the timing of when you tried to undergo these various things, whether it was 2016 or 2020, we are in 2025, meaning there has been a lot of changes that would not necessarily debunk this based on your own specific experience. But let me see. We'll look at one last comment, because it's always good to see some pushback. literally no one is advocating for this. I don't know, man. Did you see the last election? I mean, listen, it hasn't even been a year yet, but I mean, what was one of the things that woman said that is something she takes a pride? I remember Koala. I'll probably try to put the clip here, saying she literally got gender affirming surgery for a felon, somebody in jail. I have time to do that, but she did it. So I don't know about anyone, like no one advocating for this. Let's see what you got. Sad world we live in. Bro, sad world. And so, yep. Let's get to what the Bible has to say about this current conundrum. What's the fix? How do we get back on track? Well, first let's hear from Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6 and 9. And these words which I commanded you today shall be in your heart. So he has a message, a teaching, divine instruction given by God to give to people that we must desire to hold in our hearts and practice. You shall teach them diligently to your children. So this teaching, these commandments, this doctrine, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house. This will be the culture of the conversations you have when you walk by the way. So in other words, when you're out of the house and you're just out and about, this is what will be on your mind. When you lie down, aka when you go to sleep, this will be the thought process of what allows you to go into rest. And when you rise up, aka when you wake up, this will be what enables you to face the day. You shall bind them as a sign in your hand. This language of your hand, like I'm sure if anybody's read the Bible, you see the whole my right hand or your left hand. These are representations of your movements, your activities. Your right hand, I think, represents your strength. Your left hand, I forget what that one specifically off the top of my head references. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen. But your hands means your strength, your practices, what you engage with, how you interact with the world, your works, if you will. And they shall be frontlets between your eyes. Similar to how my glasses is like literally allowing things to be clear, allowing me to see. I believe the frontlets is somewhere toward the top of your right, roughly right here. So this section right here, which essentially means this will be the forefront of what you look at and how you articulate the world, but also this will be on your mind, your thought process. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates, meaning your home, your family, the kind of people you're creating, the kind of household you live in. This will organize that. And of course, your gates, people will know you by this when they're trying to interact with you or come find where you're at. So in other words, this is all in regards to what he taught. So what did Moses taught? Well, one of those first things that was taught was Proverbs chapter 9 verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The knowledge and reverence of God is how we begin to have some intelligence, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Meaning, to know exactly who He is and what He wants is actually to be wise or have understanding, to begin to interact with the world and see, oh, this is how things are. But another thing is, I think Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. So God created man in His image, the image of God. He created him, male and female. He created them. We were made with a purpose, and we reflect who we were made from. Again, this plays into the knowledge of God, aka being aware of who God is and what He wants, is how we begin to have understanding. And because then we begin to know who we are unto Him. We don't give ourselves worth and value. Our worth and value and meaning who we are is based off of God. And He made us a particular way, which we must begin to interact with. But I'll end off the verse today with Acts. Well, I'll end off the Bible citations today with Acts 17 verses 30 to 31. Truly, these times of ignorance God overlooked, but now commands all men everywhere to repent. I like to end here, because if you don't know about this, who God is and what He wants, well, certainly God's not holding it against you. He's not saying I don't like you because you don't know me. No, if anything, he's saying now is the exact time, meaning every point in history is a time for anyone, all men everywhere, aka anyone and all people, to turn to him, repent, aka change your mind, meaning turning from what you thought was how things worked back to him. Verse 31. Because he has appointed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness by the man whom he has ordained. In other words, something's coming and he wants you to be aware that it's coming. He has given assurance of this to all by rising him from the dead. So this individual, this man he has ordained, he has risen from the dead. He has demonstrated himself that yes, I am coming to fix everything, but it's time to fall back in line to learn how things actually are. And this individual who has risen from the dead, this is something you need to know about him, because this is your assurance. This is, well, him, God literally opening the door, inviting you turn from yourself back to him. And so, good video. Perfectly summarizes the chaos of how man has, I think in another verse it says, man has become futile in his thinking. I think that's Romans. I'll put the verse on the screen. And they have worshipped the creation rather than the creator, aka what was made rather than who made it. So that's why we find similar situations of how something even semi-applicable to what was in the video, like it actually exists in the world. Young, inexperienced people being at the
Chinese
mercy
symbol that I saw.
We're definitely gonna.
being at the mercy of experienced individuals who reject God or do not know God, which unfortunately is shown by the type of policies or things that they advocate for that puts the younger people in danger. Nevertheless, the answer: repent, come back to God who made you a particular way, and all of your answers and all of that comfort, your peace will be found in him. But I'm gonna know what you guys think in the comments, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.